में चलना चाहिए, ऐसी व्यवस्था हमको खड़ा। हवाई चप्पल, जो हवाई चप्पल पहनता है उसको भी 50 और नए एयरपोर्ट बनाए जाएंगे। देश के कोने कोने में एयरपोर्ट की सुविधा होगी। राज्यों के लिए भी मैं वित्त मंत्री जी को भी अभिनंदन करना चाहूंगा कि हमारे जो अलग देश के सभी राज्य हैं उनको भी विश्वास करके, उनको भी साथ में लेकर के जो 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए राज्यों के लिए रखा गया था इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए, अब 1,30,000 करोड़ रुपए, 30% की वृद्धि, बहुत बड़ी वृद्धि होती है। अर्बन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को मजबूती मिले, 10,000 करोड़ रुपए। इसके साथ एक बड़ी योजना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के बारे में और मैं बताना चाहूंगा। पोर्ट है, कोल है, स्टील है, फर्टिलाइजर है, फूड ग्रेन इत्यादि हैं। इनके लिए एंड टू एंड संपर्क साधने के लिए यह सोचा गया है कि जब तक इसको एंड से एंड संपर्क नहीं बनाएंगे तो इसमें एक देश का विकास में और तेज गति से नहीं हो सकता। इसे 100 क्रिटिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट बनाए जाएंगे जिनमें 75,000 करोड़ रुपए का यह इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा। यह लॉजिस्टिक, इस प्रकार से लॉजिस्टिक तैयार किए जाएंगे। मैं बाकी हमारे सदस्य तो कुछ बारे में बोलेंगे, कुछ अन्य विषय में एक डायरेक्ट टैक्स, इनकम टैक्स के बारे में जरूर बताना चाहूंगा। जैसा मैंने कहा कि देश के जो आय करदाता है, जिसको हम दान करदाता कहना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनका जब पैसा आता है तो गरीबों का मकान बनता है, एलपीजी कनेक्शन बनता है, इसलिए वो दान करदाता है, उनका सम्मान होना चाहिए। और 3.6 करोड़ से अब 6.5 करोड़ रुपए रिटर्न हो गई है। हमको याद है कि ये इनकम टैक्स के कॉरिडोर में क्या होता था, इनकम टैक्स के ऑफिस में क्या होता था। आय करदाता बेचारा जाता था अपना इनकम टैक्स असेसमेंट कराने के लिए, घंटों घंटों इंतजार करना पड़ता था। उस कॉरिडोर में, भाई सुनो, उस कॉरिडोर में उसको बैठने, 2 मिनट, उस कॉरिडोर में उसको बैठने की जगह नहीं मिलती थी, वो ह्यूमिलेशन फील करता था। तो उसके बाद 2019 में फेसलेस स्कूटी ले आई गई, 2020 में फेसलेस अपील ले आया गया और 2021 में फेसलेस ट्रिब्यूनल ले आया गया। यह व्यवस्था शुरू की गई। आज जो 100 जीसीआईटी की घोषणा हुई है, उससे हम कह सकते हैं कि शीघ्र से शीघ्र लोगों का केस की स्क्रूटनी भी खत्म होगी। मध्यम वर्ग के लिए इससे बड़ी तोहफा क्या हो सकता है कि उनके 7 लाख रुपए तक उनको छूट की घोषणा हुई है। 7 लाख रुपए की जो उनकी छूट की घोषणा हुई है, यह प्रधानमंत्री जी को हम लोग इसके लिए अभिनंदन करना चाहते हैं। एक ही चीज बताऊंगा, 2013-14 का अगर देखें तो 2013-14 का अगर टैक्स स्लैब ले तो 70,000 रुपए 7 लाख रुपए तक टैक्स लगता था। अब आज के दिन में, अगर आज के दिन के नया टैक्स रिजीम देखेंगे तो 7 लाख रुपए तक 1 रुपए भी टैक्स नहीं लगेगा। यानी मध्यम वर्ग जिसकी 7 लाख रुपए इनकम है उसको 70,000 रुपए भी बचेगा। मतलब मध्यम वर्ग को 7,000 रुपए हर महीने की बचत इस बजट के माध्यम से है। 7,000 रुपए हर महीने बजट। यह इसमें 39,000 कंप्लायंसेज भी खत्म हुए और 3400 कानूनों को समाप्त किया गया। इसके अलावा समय की कमी है, एमएसएमई के सेक्टर में बहुत काम हुआ, रोजगार के क्षेत्र में। अब मैं अंत में एक बात कह के समाप्त करना चाहूंगा कि यह विकसित भारत 2027 की इस बजट में रूपरेखा रखी गई है। भारत की बदलती तस्वीर को इसमें झलक दिखती है। आज प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी की सभी तारीफ कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वह निर्णायक नेतृत्व है, निर्णय लेने वाले हैं, लोकप्रिय नेतृत्व है और उसी के साथ साथ अगर जो विश्वास और भरोसे वाला नेतृत्व है, त्यागी और तपस्वी नेतृत्व है, ऐसा नेतृत्व को 10-20 साल में नहीं जन्म लेता, ऐसा नेतृत्व 100 साल में एक बार जन्म लेता है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के रूप में जो नेतृत्व लिया है, एक पंक्तियों के माध्यम से मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करूंगा। यह प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी पे सटीक बैठता है, जो राष्ट्र के बारे में सदैव सोचते हैं। राष्ट्र ही आराधना है, राष्ट्र ही मेरा सुधर्म, राष्ट्र ही बस वंदना है, राष्ट्र ही मेरा सुकर्म, राष्ट्र को ही हूँ समर्पित, मैं मेरे मन कर्म वचन, राष्ट्र सबका, राष्ट्र सबके, राष्ट्र को सत सत नमन।
डॉक्टर शांतनु सेन।
सर, वेरी गुड इवनिंग।
to one and all on behalf of my party and my party's chairperson, Madam Mamata Banerjee. Sir, I would like to open my speech on the budget by flagging a very serious issue and for which I need your immediate attention and I seek your protection too. Sir, regarding censorship in Parliament. Sir, when our learned Prime Minister was speaking yesterday, not a single MP from All India Trinamool Congress or AAP or BRS on exercising their basic democratic right. Same on Rajya Sabha TV. I hope today at least I won't be censored in the same way. Sir, yesterday it was worse than any emergency of 5 decades ago to me, sir. Sir, unfortunately the presentation of this budget...
Honourable Member, I would urge you to use the words carefully. Censor an emergency. Perhaps you have not lived during that period. And what is censor?
That time I was not born, sir.
Yes. But let me tell you, don't compare emergency with anything. It has been the darkest period of Indian history. Darkest period. And also censorship. These words are
Sir, I haven't
deleted.
seen...
Please go ahead, go ahead.
Sir, I haven't seen those days, but I am seeing these days at least.
Doctor,
Unfortunately,
you will make a good point by focusing on your substance.
Sir, unfortunately, the presentation of this budget, it has coincided with an explosion of probably the biggest financial scam ever. And our learned Prime Minister, while speaking for 3 hours in both the houses, he hardly found any time to speak on this issue, sir. Sir, I don't think only empty speeches will take away the fear from the mind of the people, sir. Our party demanded, as before, Supreme Court monitored investigation, and others demanded we have already put forward. Sir, I was listening to our learned Finance Minister while replying in Lok Sabha in television. Sir, I have heard her talking about Bengal. I don't know why she is bearing so much hatred for our state of West Bengal, sir. Sir, I have seen her showing some photographs. Sir, yesterday the opposition MPs were not allowed to show any photographs. I don't know whether there is any exception for the minister or not. She was talking about Bengal. It was absolutely an anti-Bengali sentiment, sir. She took the name of Madam Mamata Banerjee as well. She was talking about GST compensation regarding Lok Sabha during her reply. Sir, Madam must be knowing very well, much more than me, that GST compensation was payable for the period of 2017 to 2022. Since the finalization of account is done by AG, after the end of the financial year, initially the compensation is calculated on gross revenue and not on the net revenue, sir. It is only after the finalization of accounts that AG determines the actual gap between the protected revenue and the actual revenue, and then only Government of India releases the due compensation on net basis, if any. For West Bengal, so far compensation has been paid on net basis for only 2 years, 2017-18 and 18-19. For the rest of the periods, that is 1920, 2021 and 2022, the period until the period of 1st April 2022 till 30th June 2022, compensation has been released based on gross revenue. If net revenue is considered, the Government of India owes West Bengal 2,409 crore for the due rest of the period, sir. AG is yet to finalize the account for the rest of the period as stated. Sir, to me, the budget is not at all futuristic. It is absolutely an opportunistic rhetoric, and it has turned blind eye to the plight of the common people, sir. Sir, this budget doesn't speak about rising inflation. In top 7 cities, housing rentals increased by 20 to 25%. Fall of global crude oil price, but there is a sharp rise of petrol and diesel, sir. Only exception was there just few days before the UP election. Sir, LPG price is still more than 1,100 rupees per cylinder. Sir, the price of a substance which was 100 rupees during 1960, it has become 7,800 in 2022. In December 2022, year-over-year inflation rate was 5%, sir. Sir, our learned finance minister was talking about inclusive development. With a 38% budget cut, for minority schemes, sir. If we consider premature scholarship, pre-matric scholarship for minorities, it has been slashed down from 1425 to 433 crore. Budget for madrasas and minorities education, it has been slashed down to 10 crore from 160 crore. So far the youth development is concerned, higher education, no significant increase in the budget. School education, marginal increase. Highest employment is in last 45 years in our country. Unemployment rate in December 2022, it was 8.3%, highest in last 16 months. Rural unemployment, 7.4%. 4 crores of unemployed youth are there. More than 2 crore of women quit workforces in last 5 years, sir. So far the NREGA is concerned, though it is the largest social welfare scheme, we can remember the PM's comment about NREGA, ये तो माटी खोदने का काम है. It was 2.1% of GDP last year. Now it has come down to 1.3% of GDP. There has been a slash down by 33%, sir. Above 60 years of age, employment in NREGA is 134 lakhs. So this government has got no concern about the security of the elderly people. Wages are to be given within 15 days, sir. But funds are yet to be released. So for the state of West Bengal is concerned, it is nearly 7,000 crore. Now we are facing CAG audit, but PM CARES Fund never faces any CAG audit, sir. So for the Labour Ministry is concerned, that it was 1,693 crore earlier, which has come down to 1,321 crore. How this government is going to generate new jobs, sir? So for the pensioners are concerned, 70 lakhs pensioners are still waiting for higher pension under EPS scheme. So far rural development is concerned, it has been slashed down from 5.8% to 5.3%. Our learned finance minister was talking about reaching the last mile, but census exercise which was supposed to be conducted in 2021 has been postponed till September 2023 without any reason, without showing any reason, which is leading to devastating effects in implementation of the welfare projects, sir. The fund has been slashed down from 3676 crore to 1564 crore, sir. Sir, so far food subsidy is concerned, I think in this case our Prime Minister, learned Prime Minister is following what he has said, na khaunga na khane dunga. That's why उन्होंने इनको घटा करके 2.87 lakh crore से 1.97 lakh crore लाया, जबकि global hunger index में India stands 107 out of 121 countries, sir. Sir, I am a doctor. I must say a few words about health. Our budget has hardly got any importance so far the health sector is concerned. We did it when we have seen the dead bodies were floating in the river during COVID. There are funerals on the banks of the river. We have seen WHO and Lancet criticizing India for COVID handling, but we got no lesson, sir. Apparently, it seems to be an increase in the budget, but if you consider with the inflation, actually it's a decrease in the budget, sir. Out-of-pocket expenditure, highest amongst the BRIC countries, it is more than 53.2%, sir. There is a slash down by 5% in the Ayushman Bharat. I urge upon our minister, please follow the Shastro Shati project of our state of Bengal, which not only gives 100% free health delivery to the people of the Bengal, it speaks about women empowerment by providing the card in the name of the lady of the family, sir. Sir, government has also not announced any measure to help end the 80 to 85% import in the medical sectors. No importance to the reports given by the standing committee, sir. Sir, Madam, learned minister was speaking about sickle cell anemia, but no specific head has been declared. She was talking about opening up new nursing colleges, but still India is facing scarcity of doctors. So for PM Jan Arogya Yojana is concerned, sir, in 2022-23, allocation was 6412 crore. Utilization was only 3115 crore, less than half of the targeted beneficiaries. So far the agriculture sector is concerned, our farmers can be run over during their movement, but the allocation is stagnant and 3.2%, sir. Though there is a rise in the price global fertilizer by more than 2000%. The fertilizer subsidy, it was 2.25 lakh crore. It has come down to 1.75 lakh crore, sir. Allocation for PM Kisan Yojana, not increased. Expenditure on agriculture, it was 3.84%. It has come down to 3.2%. No word about the crop insurance. No word about the fair price agro products. When we don't know when the farmers' incomes are going to be double, when in our state of West Bengal it has been triple. Sir, few more minutes only. So for the northeastern region is concerned, the budget is only 5892 crore. What is the income of our Mr. Adani, the best friend of someone of our country? He earns only in 3.6 days the amount 5892 crore. That is the whole allocation for the northeast. Meghalaya, they are suffering from this momental proportion of coal scam, you all know, sir. So for the census and surcharges are concerned, in 2011 and 12 it was 10.4%, 14 and 15 it was 13.5%, 20 to 21 it has become 19.9%. Ability of state to finance current expenditure from their own revenue, it was 69% in 1955-56 and it has become 38% in 2020. Now states are unable to levy taxes to subjects even in the state list of Schedule 7. However, states still spend 60% of the expenditure in the country, including 85%. So for the education is concerned, there is huge dropout. 3.5 million students are out of the schools, sir. But they have hardly seen any significant increase in the budget. Indian Institute of Management is only 300 crores. Sir, why don't you follow the projects of Kanyasri, Oikosri, Sobut Sati, students credit card that are being followed in our state of West Bengal? Defense, very meager increase. Home affairs, nothing mentioned. Urban employment, they are slashed down by 30%. PM Awas Yojana. Sir, just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds, I will conclude. Sir, don't do any financial blockade for the states run by non-BJP states. And my final submission by
conclude by saying,
sir, I will
that
conclude.
It was slip of tongue that the Honorable Finance Minister has hatred for anyone.
Okay, sir, okay.
So that's a slip of tongue by you.
Unliking.
I take it as such because I know you
sir,
for long.
I will say just 2 words. Nowadays we are practiced. We are listening an unparliamentary, undemocratic and anti-federal word that is doubling in government.
Shri M. Mohammad Abdullah.
Lastly, when I will go back to my home, I will be asked by my daughter, what you have
You
done
made
in
your
the
point.
parliament. I know, sir, I have to say, हाल मत पूछो मेरे
Shri
करवारों का
M. Mohammad
आईने
Abdullah.
बेच रहे थे अंधेरों का शहर में. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir. Sir, I begin with the famous Tamil quote, sir. I know you always like the quote, so for that also I want to start my speech with one quote, sir. ஆசை இருக்கு தாசில் பண்ண, அதிர்ஷ்டம் இருக்கு கழுத மேய்க்க. Yes. ஆசை இருக்கு தாசில் பண்ண. அது மேபி ட்ரிச்சிலே இருக்கும், புதுக்கோட்டையில கழுத மேய்க்க. அவ்வளவுதான், ஊருக்கு ஊர் மாறும். பட் வாட் எவர் ஐ சரி, நோ இஷ்யூ, ஆடுனே வச்சுக்கலாம், நோ இஷ்யூ. ஆசை இருக்கு தாசில் பண்ண, அதிர்ஷ்டம் இருக்கு ஆடு மேய்க்க. மீனிங், there is a dream or desire to rule, but the lack is only to hurt or rise, as she said, goat. This is a famous quote in Tamil, sir. Why I want to quote this? Likewise, Honorable Sir, when this union government formed in 2014 and also in 2019, what was the expectation of the public of this country, sir? The expectation was an amazing government. The expectation was an amazing government. But in the end, all they got is an Amazon government which sells everything that it sees. For that I quoted, sir. Sir, the union government has given us a lackluster budget aimed not at growth or welfare of the people of this country. This is lacking vision to create jobs, tackle inflation and stem inequality. CMI data reveals that the total number of the employed people in India at the end of December 2022 was lower than the total number of employed people at the start of 2016. This is the CMI data. This budget also failed to address the issue of unemployment and inflation. When the unemployment rate is at a historic high, the budget reduces the MGNREGA allocation by 33%. This budget proves that this union government has no roadmap to build India's future. Instead, this government is determined to push the fortune of the gift city Ahmedabad at the cost of other commercial and financial centers in the country. Honorable Sir, the budget has cut down the union government expenditure to reduce the fiscal deficit while giving further tax concession to the rich. No direct taxes have been reduced. There is no cut in the cruel and irrational GST rates. There is no cut in the numerous surcharges and cesses which are not shared with the state government. Besides, making new tax regime the default option is grossly unfair and will rob the ordinary taxpayer of the merged social security that he may get under the old tax regime. The Honorable Finance Minister in a press conference in August 2021 had said the UPA government had reduced fuel prices by issuing oil bond of rupees 1.44 lakh crore. I can't go back by the tricky that was played by the previous UPA government. Due to oil bond, the burden has come to our government. We are pleading to pay the oil bond of rupees 1.44 lakh crore of UPA government. This was said by our finance minister. Sir, while conveniently hiding the fact that the current NDA government has placed a far more dangerous ticking time bomb on our head, sir. This government has no locus standi to talk about the UPA government or its oil bonds. So what is the time bomb that I am talking about? What is the time bomb? It is the recapitalization bonds issued by this government since 2017, which will deteriorate the Indian economy from 2028 and will place it in a precarious situation by 2034-35. This government, after coming to power, changes fuel prices daily, which affect the common man. It starts crying out, stating that it has to serve the oil bond issued by the earlier government. So the reality. But here comes a big catch. The interest paid by the government on oil bond is much smaller than what this government earns through oil excise duty. So the truth is that the union government is levying high fuel price in order to raise additional revenue. But despite the need for revenue, the government has cut excise duty on fueling during 2017 and 2018, just before the assembly elections. The cumulative interest on the oil bonds comes to around rupees 9,000 crores per year, while the interest on the recapitalization bonds are more than double rupees 19,000 crores. Honorable Chairman, sir, this government in 2019 introduced the recapitalization bond scheme for infusing equity into public sector banks to meet their capital requirements, which had taken a hit due to write-off of non-performing assets. In December 2020, to save the interest burden, the government issued zero-coupon recapitalization bond to turn of rupees 5,500 crores, and again did the same in April 2021 by infusing more than rupees 14,500 crores into public sector banks by issuing non-interest bearing bonds to them against the consent, the reservation of the RBI. As these special bonds are non-interest bearing and issued at par to the bank, it would be an investment which would not earn any return but rather depreciate with each passing year. Honorable Sir, everyone is talking about the Adani and the Edinburgh report and everything. How this government had a hand held Adani in the last 8 years by supporting it through his schemes and all. The past is already written, sir. The ink is dry. I don't want to talk about the past. I am here to... Sir, I have more time, sir. 16 more minutes I have.
I've divided equitably.
I am here to focus on the future. I am here to explain what this government will be doing in the future for their corporate paymasters. Sir, I would like to explain the pathetic situation of scheduled banks of India. Sir, what is bank? What is the role of the bank? What is the nature of a bank? A bank is an institution. A bank is an institution which collects money from the public as a deposit and lends the money to the person who needs to start their business or some other purpose, mainly for business. So bank do not invest in capital. No bank invests in capital. It uses only public money for their lending operations. Earns some, excuse me. It uses only public money for their lending operations, earning from the difference of interest between these two. This is how banks are always supposed to be. This is how banks are always supposed to be. The duty of the bank manager is to collect the money from the public as a deposit and give loan to the needy people. This is the main duty of them. Not only main duty, one and only duty of the manager. But what is happening today, Honorable Chairman, sir? A bank manager is spending more time of his work by selling mutual funds, by selling insurance, by selling another financial products. Even he is selling gold coin also nowadays. The bank become like a supermarket, and the duty of the bank manager's duty has become like a supermarket manager. So,
Round up.
So its nature has changed. This is what I want to explain. So the bank manager, what a bank manager is poor, so he's spending more time. Someone is coming to the bank to deposit some money. He convinced that man to buy the mutual fund or insurance or some other thing. So after 2 or 3 years, when the public realized that their assets have decreased in value, they go back to the branch only to realize that the bank manager who had convinced them for the investment was no longer here, and he was transferred. Even if a customer complains, no action is taken on the earning officers, because bank today are only concerned with minting money instead of serving the public.
Siri,
Sir, I have 16 minutes, sir. Allotted time is 16 minutes. Now 9 minutes only over, sir.
3 speakers and I equitably divided.
Yes, sir.
Round up. You have made point impactfully. You started on a very good note. And what has impressed me very greatly is that a minor disturbance upset you. I am sit here and the kind of disturbance I face. Cooperate with me.
I can understand you, sir.
Conclude.
But I have a time, sir.
Please conclude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So 90% of this country are innocent and blindly believe the bank manager by thinking that they are educated. The activity of the bank manager is already bring down the deposit made by the public in the bank. Sir, this will lead to a situation where the banks are unable to function, and finally, this Amazon government will sell the bank at its intrinsic value, which will be 50 or 100 times lesser than the real value, thereby enriching your corporate paymasters, of which Adani seems to be our favorite. While corporate companies struggle, very recently, like your friend Adani's companies were struggling, your government takes common man's money from the government company like LIC and SBI and infuses your friend coffers, who uses the money to manipulate the stock market just for his personal gains. This Amazon government either sells all government companies or uses the money from the government companies to invest into your friend's struggling companies.
Thank you.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I just want to conclude because you are not giving me the time. Even nobody is there, you are not giving me the time.
Thank you.
1 minute, sir. I just want to conclude, sir. My Honorable Union Finance Minister termed this budget as Amrit Kal. But she doesn't know.
No, I didn't term the budget Amrit Kal. I said budget for Amrit Kal.
budget for Amrit Kal.
And we can say
Yeah,
budget for Amrit Kal,
budget for
in Amrit Kal.
Okay, budget for Amrit Kal. But people are calling this budget and this government as a Rahu Kal.
As
At a Rahu Kal. But in reality, this is Yamagandam or Yamagal, the ringing of the death bell of the Indian economy. With this I conclude, sir. Thank you.
Shri Sujit Kumar. Sir, be very brief.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
No one knows better than you do. Brevity is the soul of it.
Sir, I have much to say, but because of your instruction, I'll try to be brief and speak faster. Sir, I'll begin by conveying the message of my party president and our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen Patnaik, who has lauded the growth focus of the budget, and I quote him. The budget has some good aspects which needs to be appreciated, and there are some concerns which needs to be looked into and addressed. Good steps are increased capital investment, support to drinking water initiatives, and increasing rural housing. This will accelerate growth as well as have social impact in rural areas, unquote. Of course, he has some concerns which I'll highlight in due course. Sir, I'll certainly compliment the very competent Honorable Finance Minister for laying out a blueprint to take the country to a $5 trillion economy as we celebrate the 75 years of our independence, as we have the G20 presidency. Sir, E-Code project, allocation for the phase 3 of the E-Code project has been 7,000 crore, which is very laudable, which will create paperless code and also help in the faster delivery of justice to the citizens. Capital expenditure has been hiked by 37.4% over the RE of 22-23 to rupees 10 lakh crore. This will certainly have a trickle-down impact and help the country in its journey towards building physical infrastructure connectivity. Green growth or net zero. Sir, I'll also commend her for the steps taken by the government to boost the green ecosystem in the country. The National Green Hydrogen Mission, with an outlay of close to 20,000 crore, will facilitate the country to transition to a low carbon economy and also reduce our dependency on the fossil fuel imports. Sir, it won't be out of place for me here to mention that Odisha was the first state to keep track of and make public disclosure of the government expenditure made for climate action and to mainstream climate action into the state's budget. Sir, one of the least appreciated aspects of the budget is sports, and I think the Honorable Finance Minister has not gotten the due she deserves for this. Rupees 3,400 crore is the highest sports budgetary allocation, which is an increase of rupees 334 crore over last year. Sir, while we celebrate this focus on sports, I would like to bring to the attention of the House how Odisha has emerged as the sports hub of India under the leadership of our visionary CM, Shri Naveen Patnaik. Recently, we very successfully organized the Men's Hockey World Cup and built the largest capacity stadium in the world, hockey stadium, Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium. And also, sir, I'm proud to state that we are the only country to sponsor national team, both men's and women's hockey. Sir, Millet Mission, we welcome the Honorable FM's thrust on millet, and I'm happy that millet has been given the importance in this budget. Sir, it is pertinent to note that Odisha's Millet Mission is a pioneering initiative, and I urge the government to establish a center of excellence for millet research in the state of Odisha. Sir, PVTGs, we welcome the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission, for which an amount of rupees 15,000 crore has been sanctioned to improve the socio-economic conditions of PVTGs. Sir, let me tell you, sir, that we have 13 PVTGs in Odisha, and Government of Odisha has already started a program for PVTGs way back in 2015, 8 years ago, sir, called OPEILIP, Odisha PVTG Empowerment and Livelihood Improvement Program. Sir, over 32,000 PVTG households are realizing the development objectives of this. Sir, I'll now come to some of the concerns which has been flagged by our Honorable CM, particularly with regards to the social sector allocation, sir. Sir,
Conclude.
Sir, give me 2-3 minutes, sir.
1 minute.
Sir, 2-3 minutes, sir. Sir, education is an area which I would like to definitely talk about because I'm very passionate about it. Sir, Honorable FM articulated 7 priorities in her budget speech, which she called Saptarishis. Sir, I'm very sad that education is not one of the Saptarishis. Since we know that, sir, investment in education is the foundation of a nation. Sir, way back in the 60s, Kothari Commission had recommended that we should spend 6% of our GDP on education. In NEP 2020 also that vision is articulated. But, sir, we are nowhere close. I do appreciate that 1.12 lakh crore has been sanctioned in this budget, which is a good hike over the previous budget. Sir, but sir, if you take the combined state and center's education spend, it's still less than 4% of GDP. So I urge her to look into it, sir.
Good.
Sir, just 2 more minutes, sir. 2 more minutes. Sir, I'll urge the government to give special consideration for Odisha when it comes to sharing under the Disaster Response Fund. Sir, you know, sir, that we witness cyclone almost on an annual basis. And western part of Odisha, where I come from, is very drought-prone. Even the 15th Finance Commission, sir, has recommended that the sharing pattern between Union of India and state government for Odisha should be 90-10 under the Disaster Response Fund. Sir, that is a serious and sincere request from us.
Thank you.
And also, sir, devolution of 100 crore towards Odisha for the drought prevention measure and 800 crore for strengthening the early warning system is highly, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just 1 minute, sir. I'll conclude, sir. Sir, I'll talk of the Ayushman Bharat, for which 7,200 crore has been earmarked. Sir, Government of Odisha spent 6,000 crore under the flagship scheme, health assurance scheme of the state, which is called Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana, BSKY. Sir, my colleagues have already spoken about the need to reduce the GST on Kendu leaves. Sir, I'll conclude, sir. Sir, finally, sir, I'll just conclude in 30 seconds by speaking about the KBK district, which is a cluster of 8 districts in the southwestern part of Odisha, largely tribal, largely affected by LWE. Sir, acute need to improve connectivity, particularly density in that part of Odisha, sir. Thank you.
Shri V. Vijay Sai Reddy, not present. Professor Manoj Kumar Jha, not present. Dr. V. Shivdasan, not present. Shri Ramnath Thakur, not present. Shri Virendra Prasad, bas. Sir, very brief, because you are very articulate. You make most of your time.
Sir, thank you very much. With your warning, I stand here on behalf of my party, Assam Gana Parishad, to support the budget presented by Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Ji, sir. Sir, world economy today passing through in a very critical time, sir. Sir, I am not speaking about the Pakistan, sir. I am not speaking about the Sri Lanka, sir. Regression already started in the world, sir. Developed country, the financial condition of developed country, Germany is going down like anything, sir. Big powerhouse, the growth percentage of China in great part is declining, sir. Recently, what happened, sir? Due to the shortage of the funds, sir, New Zealand Prime Minister has resigned. And she declared, we have the lack of fund, we cannot give job to anybody, we have not money, sir. In this critical time, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, control of the Indian Finance Ministry, Indian economy is doing well, sir. In this time, economic growth for 6.8% is a modest growth, sir. I must compliment, sir, Honorable Prime Minister. Second is inflation. Especially, I like to draw the attention of the Congress people who are also not here, but they must be listening from the TV. I like to share inflation. Sir, Congress का जमाना में क्या होता था? Onion का प्राइस कहाँ गया था? सर, दाल का प्राइस कहाँ गया